Orphan Trained Children, Lucy's Wish by Joan Lowery Nixon, Chapter 3. Lucy nervously entered the Children's Aid Society office. A plump woman with a soft, kind face hurried toward her. Lucy took a deep breath and let her words tumble out. "My name is Lucy Amanda Griggs. I need help. My father died when I was 6, and now my mother is dead. I want to go west on an orphan train to find a new mother and a father and a little sister." She stopped and took another gulp of air. Then she added, "And I'm hungry." The woman knelt before Lucy. "My name is Miss Hunter," she said. "The first thing we need to do is feed you, and then we'll give you a hot bath and some clean clothing." She reached for Lucy's doll, but Lucy held tight. "You can't have baby. I'm the only one who takes care of her." "That's fine, dear," Mrs. Hunter said, "although I do think baby would like to have her dress washed and ironed." Lucy thought a moment, then handed baby to Mrs. Hunter. "Baby has a hole in her side. Her stuffing keeps coming out." "I'm very good at mending holes," Mrs. Hunter said. "You and baby will soon feel much better." "When I get a little sister, I'm going to share baby with her," Lucy said. Mrs. Hunter's eyes grew wide, but Lucy continued, "I'll have a mother and a father and a little sister." Her wish would come true. It had to. Lucy was fed a meal of soup and bread, and even had a hot bath. Mrs. Hunter gave her a pretty blue cotton dress, underpants, a camisole, and petticoat, nightgown, stockings, and shoes, with just a little extra room to grow into. Lucy looked in the mirror and thought, "Oh, Mum, I wish you could see this lovely dress." Miss Dolan, a thin, tired-looking woman, sat Lucy down in a tiny cubbyhole office. She told Lucy the society's rules for families who agreed to take in orphan-trained children. The children are to be treated like one of the family. They will do chores just as any children in any family would do. They will have good food, fresh air, and sunshine. They will be taken to church on Sundays and be schooled until the age of 14. Miss Dolan didn't smile as she added, "There will be 30 children in your group. I will be your escort on the train to Missouri. I expect all the children in my care to be quiet and well behaved. I do not allow excess noise, running up and down the aisle, or leaning out the train windows. Is that clearly understood?" Lucy nodded. "Do you have any questions?" Lucy tried hard not to think of her own mother, because when she did, tears flooded her eyes. I don't know this place called Missouri. I don't know what it's like. Is this where I'll find a new mother and a father and a little sister?" Miss Dolan sighed and pressed one hand to her side as if hurt. "My dear child, there is no way we can promise that you'll have a little sister. We're thankful enough when we're able to place each child. We're carefully try to screen each family who applies. Most of the people who have taken in our children have been generous and kind." Most, Lucy thought. Why didn't she say all of the people? What was wrong with the rest of them? She was afraid to ask. Over the next few days, Lucy met some of the other children with whom she'd be going west. She clung to baby, who'd been cleaned and mended, and to her wish, again and again, she said to herself, "I want someone to love me. I want someone to love me." And no matter what Miss Dolan said, "I'm going to have a little sister." One day, Lucy heard that the pain in Mrs. Dolan's side had grown worse. She had been taken to the hospital. Frances Mary Kelly, a pretty young woman with dark hair and smiling eyes, took her place. Miss Kelly would be the one to care for the orphan-trained riders traveling to Missouri. As the children were introduced to Miss Kelly, Lucy held up her doll. "This is Baby," she said. "I found her in a trash can, and now she's mine." "She's lovely, Lucy," Miss Kelly said. She smiled at Baby before she turned to the next child in line. A girl with a flyaway golden hair reached out to stroke Baby's head. "You've got a doll. A real doll," she said. "I had a doll once. I had almost 100 dolls." 100, Lucy gasped. "Nobody has 100 dolls." "I did, when I was a princess." Lucy took a careful look at the golden-haired girl. She was taller than Lucy, but she looked close to Lucy's age. "What's your name?" Lucy asked. "Virginia Hooper, but that's not my real name. My real name is Princess." "If you're really a princess," Lucy asked, "then why don't you live in a palace? And why is your name Virginia Hooper?" Virginia looked sad. "Because somebody took me away from my palace when I was very, very young. But I remember everything." Lucy didn't believe Virginia, but before she could say so, a girl with freckles and light brown pigtails joined them. "Hello, what's your name?" she asked Lucy. "Lucy Griggs," Lucy answered. "What's yours?" Virginia interrupted. "She's Daisy Gordon, and she's only 9. "Who cares? What's so grand about being 10? Daisy answered. As she grinned, crinkling her pug nose, Lucy could see that Daisy was missing 2 teeth. Lucy smiled at Daisy. "Maybe my little sister will be like you," she said. "I'd like to be your little sister," Daisy said. "You can't be sisters," Virginia insisted. "Then we'll be friends," Lucy said. She sat down on a nearby bench to show Daisy her doll. Virginia quickly sat with them. "I don't have any friends," she said. Lucy wanted to tell snobby Virginia she didn't care, but she remembered how Mom was always kind to everyone. She swallowed the words that wanted to come out and said, "Daisy and I are your friends." Virginia studied Lucy for a moment, then nodded. "We can only be friends until we're placed out. Then we'll never see each other again." Daisy took Lucy's hand and gripped it tightly. "Maybe not. Maybe we'll be neighbors," she said. "I suppose," Virginia said. She slid closer to Lucy. "I've been thinking, what if we're not placed out? What if no one wants us? I heard that children who aren't chosen are sold to peddlers." Lucy gasped. "Who told you that?" Virginia pointed at a boy who was a head taller than the other boys with him. "Marcus Milo. He's 12. He knows a lot of things. He said that one of the orphans ran off into Indian country and was never heard of again." Lucy shuddered and clung to Lucy even more tightly. Lucy wanted to comfort her, but fear was like a cold finger that wiggled up her backside. For a moment, Lucy was too frightened to remember her wish. Do you like Virginia? Do you think she's kind, or do you think Daisy is more kind? Which one do you think is the kinder child, Daisy or Virginia? Do you think Virginia was actually a princess? If you think she was not actually a princess, do you think she's lying about the whole thing, or do you think maybe she's remembering it differently? I think maybe Virginia lived in a wealthy home at one point. Maybe she lived in the house and really did have 100 dolls, but maybe because she was only 2 or 3, she thought she was a princess because everything was so nice. And then when she had to leave, everything got much harder. So when she looks back, she thinks, maybe I was a princess because everything was so nice there. The first lady, Miss Dolan, she had a pain in her side. Does anybody want to take a guess what they think might have been wrong with her? They said she was taken to a hospital. It could be a couple things. It could be that she was having a kidney stone or kidney pain. She could also be having appendicitis, which in this time would not have been very good for her. She could also be having a gallbladder attack, which again, the medical care in this time would have not been very good. So, Miss Dolan was, do you think Miss Dolan or the other lady was the kinder lady? So Miss Dolan was started, and then we had Miss Hunter that came in. So I think Miss Hunter was not Miss Hunter, it was Miss Dolan, and then Frances Mary Kelly. So do we think Miss Dolan or Frances Mary Kelly had been the kinder one to go with? I think Frances Mary Kelly was going to be the kinder one for Lucy to travel with. But this has been Chapter 3.